Welcome to the Warframe Weapon Encyclopedia, where today we're checking out Garuda's signature repeater crossbow, the Nagantaka. You can get the blueprint for the Nagantaka from the market for 40,000 credits, and to build it you're gonna have to put in additional 25,000 credits, 3 neurodes, 4 gallium, 3,000 nanospores and 1200 rubido, so it's actually pretty cheap. The Nagantaka is a semi-automatic Mastery Rank 9 primary that does almost pure slash damage. There is only a tiny bit of puncture and an itsy bitsy bit of impact on the side, and it has a relatively low 15% crit chance, though an above average 2.3 times crit multiplier and a very high 39% status chance. Now it has a 9-round magazine with a 2.3 second reload and a fire rate of 2.5, which isn't too bad. But that's not all, because if you press the secondary fire, the Nagantaka will unload the rest of its magazine and you can actually aim down sights with this, so you can take advantage of mods like Argon Scope, which is always great. Then, if you manage to kill an enemy with a headshot, you get a 3-second buff that will reduce your reload time by 50%. And finally, the Nagantaka comes with a guaranteed impact proc, making it a solid candidate for internal bleeding. Also, since it is a crossbow, you can use the bow and crossbow specific Thunderbolt, which gives the bolts you fire a 30% chance to explode, doing a little bit of extra AoE damage, and while the damage this does isn't great, it is very fun with the secondary fire. Now for the build, I actually like to go with the hybrid that utilizes internal bleeding to double down on slash procs. But you can just go with a normal hybrid setup if you want to, you don't have to use internal bleeding. You can even run Thunderbolt if you want to, because while the single target damage on it isn't great, it's always nice to have at least some kind of AoE. Also, if you're gonna run internal bleeding, make sure you're running critical delay and not point strike or something else, because you need to lower your fire rate to get double proc chance on internal bleeding. Because the Nagantaka sits at 2.5 fire rate, which is the threshold where internal bleeding goes from 70% proc chance to 35. Now this of course isn't the only way to build the Nagantaka. You can also build it for the secondary fire, where you get a big magazine, fast reload, and you run Thunderbolt and basically just carpet bomb the mission with that. The internal bleeding setup will get you much better single target though. Now the damage on the Nagantaka can actually be pretty good, especially with the secondary fire, because you can stack an awful lot of slash. But it is kind of held back by its somewhat low crit chance. 15% base crit is just not great. And it's also dirt cheap, so you might as well build it, get the mastery from it, and just have a bit of fun with it in the process. Honestly, the biggest bummer about the Nagantaka is that it requires Mastery Rank 9. It would have been better if it was Mastery Rank 7, maybe 6. Because at Mastery Rank 9 you can also get weapons such as the Phantasma and the Ignis, both of which are absolutely fantastic. I mean hell, even at Mastery Rank 8 you get things like the Exultra and the Fulman. So the Nagantaka is a little bit hard to recommend. But as I've said already, it's dirt cheap, so you might as well build it. And that is pretty much it for the video, so I thank you very much for watching, as always guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.